Local recordings. We'll skip the intro this time. Come on, XSplit. You can do it. You can do it. Greetings and welcome to Die Drunk and Die presents the Dread and Circus Campaign Season 4, Episode 5. I'm your demon host, Marty, joined by the full crew tonight. Adam, Mark, and Ahmed. Let me hot mic them. Oh, wow. The mics are so spicy right now. There we go.
Spicy Mike.
Spicy Mike. How is everyone doing? While I connect the Twitch chat to the XSplits.
It might seem like I'm whispering, but truly, I'm whispering. That's what's happening.
Actually, Adam, you're a little, it's a little too loud.
Well then,
Like you're not too loud. Actually, the
I
volume
can't
is
be any
fine.
quieter.
The volume is fine. It's just it's too scratchy.
Yeah, it's a bit tinny.
Am I tinny?
Listen to Twitch. You'll see what I mean.
Oh, give me a second. I'll see if my connections are solid.
All right.
Check your
How's it going, Ahmed?
I'm all right. Doing very well. We got a lot of people coming over for the weekend. It's gonna be great.
You should tell them to go away.
Hell, they're still coming.
Well,
I
this
tried
is
that.
this is the weekend where I'm at PaizoCon, so there's no game this
know.
weekend. So I think Ahmed
I
did.
asked you guys, I'm like, all right, fine,
Right.
you can come this weekend if they have to. No game.
He scheduled all of his social stuff with the family on this weekend.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
This is what we prioritize, so.
And I think Mark had positioned it as he said, "Oh, I'll skip." Oh, you have to work this weekend? I thought you were gonna say, "Oh, okay, honey, I'll skip this
Oh
weekend."
no, that would have been. I'm
No,
gonna do that once I
see,
get home.
I
Yep.
never do that.
Yeah. Forget
I
it.
never do the, hey, I can skip this one, because why don't you skip that other one? No. We're never going down that skipping road.
Because Ahmed, sometimes it's more important that you're there because the game is focusing on you and other people are depending on you to be there. That's why.
I'll always be there, Mark, don't worry.
Or if you're not, we won't be connected. So.
I'll be there for you.
Exactly the same song I was. I'll be there for you. These 5 spells. I'm sure we can mislyric the hell out of that one. Nice, Adam. What's going on? Are you hitting your weights?
I am overtrained, and so I made pudding to feel better because my mouth hurts from eating.
Did you train so hard you made yourself cry?
No.
No, the weights are moving. They're just starting to feel super heavy, and I'm doing all the event stuff. And the farmer carry that they have set up, it's a 540-pound farmer carry, and it's a lot.
That's a big farmer, Jesus.
Yeah, he's a big fucker named Joe.
Find that guy.
It's 270 pounds per hand. But I'm feeling not bad, partly because so far none of the other dudes in the weight class can move the weight. So I might suck at some of the events, but at least I can do the farmer stuff. It's got farmer in the name. I can do that. Boy, how did I that weight to me wood?
From Manitoba, or Saskatchewan.
I like how you
Where's
butchered
straw
Saskatchewan.
hat?
Wait, Ahmed, say Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
Nice. There is a soul.
One
There,
arm's the thing.
nice. It's like turned it into a farmer throw. Weird. Yeah, PaizoCon this weekend. No game. Next game will be Tuesday for Titan's Gift, and then we'll schedule the other stuff for Dread and Circus over email. Okay, why don't we do a recap of what happened last game? Dread and Circus, episode 4 of season 4. Fallen Crown, Zeta and Zira's party divvies treasure and prepares for their expedition into the Shadow Plane. Phineas arrives in Terra's Lean and is recruited to help find the Doomsday Clock, so long as Zira and Zeta share their findings around the Cradle of Shadows. Ratimer is in the midst of a crisis of faith after being raised from the dead. Arland is summoned by the new commissioner of the games in Vatapol, and the circus's idol gladiators are set up for a mystery beast fight. Arland visits his followers and begins to set the ground rules for the religion of the source behind the light.
Like, that's not getting stamped out in the next 10 years.
Funny.
Smushy.
All right, so why don't we just take a quick gander at our planning sheet for Doomsday characters and the Circus of Dread.
Don't get me wrong, Ahmed. I love it. I really do.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, right? It's like, why would the Empire let this religion stand? They wouldn't.
No.
So we have to
That's
play.
one of the
Because
conversation
you
Arlen has
make
to
a
have.
bunch of people who are really useful in fighting the shadows, and as long as the Shadow War is on, you're useful to have around.
Well, we're gonna get to that.
I created
Go ahead,
Zrake.
Marty.
I created Zrake. Mark, this is
Yes.
The kobold that you rescued from the tomb of the Iron Medusa. Hey, Foxstar. And he's a 10th level cohort, so he was created using the 12s method. Let's see. He's a 10th level rogue, 2-weapon fighter. He's also got a tail spike.
Cool.
He
Looks-
probably needs some
Yeah, he'll be training.
training for his
Yeah.
ability scores before he hits 84 total on base, which is the prereq for Gestalt in our campaign. I got some ideas for his progression. I'm thinking Rogue 20, Sorcerer 20, or Rogue 18, Half Dragon 2, as he's got black scales, which means that he could be from a long line of Black Dragon kobolds. So Sorcerer 18, Half Dragon 2. Some suggestions around ability score training. Max his dex out because he's a dex fighter. Max out his charisma if he's going to go into Sorcerer. And then Connor int. Now if we look at our sheet, when he got back from being petrified, he would have been adventuring with you guys. He could have spent, well, Murgovan trained, which meant that he's training for his level. He could have spent 3 weeks training for ability scores.
Yeah. That sounds.
Is that what you want him to be up to? Okay,
Yeah.
so pick 3 ability scores. At the end of this, there might be one more week because Grizak is partaking, I think, if all goes to Arlen's plan. In the battle against the Beast Lords.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the party was going to leave in the same week that Grizak was gone and he was just going to catch up somehow, or how that was going to work.
Zero was gonna teleport, pick him up, come back, and go into the Shadow Plane. That's
So-
what I remember.
Sorry, what was that?
So
Repeat.
they're gonna go to find the physical. They're gonna find the physical path to get into the Shadow Plane.
Yep.
And then we're gonna come back and get them.
Then Zeta will come back, pick up Grizak with the teleports, and teleport back to the spot.
Got it.
Oh, on a separate note for the conclave, here's what I'm thinking. We end up doing is we take over the underworld. Ashoka's in charge. The Ludus is just a front for you training killers. Every now and then we throw someone out to fucking die in the arena. We don't care. We're making money off elsewhere. So,
That's 3 weeks from now. Let's concentrate on the circus and Phineas and all of them. Mark, Phineas has a 5-day period while in Terra's Lean, where he isn't doing anything. He just finished training for his level. What is he doing?
studying spells that he does not know.
Okay. You and Ratimer have, or Phineas and Ratimer have, Ratimer's willing to share his spell book. Now, he's not as advanced a wizard as you are.
Phineas has become very fond of teaching, so is not as guarded as around his spell book as most wizards.
Okay. There's also a very... There's quite a few books that the circus is dragging around. I think they've got a page in their party pages. Circus of Dread spell library. You might want to poke through there to see if there are any spells that you want.
What's this scroll?
And there also might be scrolls in the Circus of Dread loot. I don't know how you guys... yeah, there might be a couple in there, but just glancing at it. Oh, Edward's spellbook is in there as well.
Locate creature is in our spell library.
It's only Edward's book that's in there. Everything.
That
There's no other
I
book.
will.
Okay, I just copied Edward's book to the Dread library.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep in mind that Edward's spellbook does include magus spells, which some
So
of which
not all are available.
Yeah. Okay, and then 5 days with 4 hours. Do you have a? Is this a wizard with a ring of sustenance or not?
I don't believe no.
Okay.
He has to eat.
So 5 times 12, you've got 60 hours of writing spells.
What does the Ring of Sustenance do? It's just food, right?
No, you don't. You only have to sleep for 2 hours as well.
Oh crap! Seriously.
You could probably squeeze a few extra hours a day of doing stuff.
So you're saying Magnus could train Ajax?
You could have evening training sessions if you don't
You
need.
still get physically tired.
Not Magnus.
Right. Foxfire can't wait for the Tome adventure. This is going east into the into Kafrania, which is kind of like analogous to ancient Egypt.
I'm going to Egypt.
Foxfire has given me a couple ideas of guardians and things that I should put in tombs, and I'm working on one of them right now.
I can tell you what their airport's like, the security, and you can just use that kind of. You lose your armor as soon as you enter. Oh no!
Chicklets!
There's darkness cast all about you. Chaos.
Hey lady! There's just a swarm of people, and then all your stuff is gone.
All right.
I'm only part joking because I remember Adam telling me about how his trip to Egypt.
pretty apt
It's like, oh shit! Oh god damn it! Whatever I had in my hand, I still have.
Well, you'll have a pocket, and the money will be gone, but there'll be like a flower or something stuck in there instead.
There you go.
See, it wasn't stealing; they just traded, right? They just put something else in there instead.
Fair trade.
It's 2 sleight of hand checks.
They're just schooling on you, styling,
For the guy that really liked you, it's 3.
Yeah, all these North Americans with their shitty spot checks. Oh. All right. So Phineas is writing spells. Got it. Which gets to the week of the random beast fight or the mystery beast fight. I'm going to concentrate mostly on what Ratimer, Phineas, Ugsam, Grizak, Vlauveng, Beric Tarn, Arlen, Widget are doing. No, Widget is going with the other team. So Arlen, given that you're one of the main teleporters and kind of running the show, what are you doing?
How many days till the fight?
It's this block.
Okay. We will. We have to leave our crap somewhere, right? I say we leave it in a citadel by the lake.
Leave your crap.
I confiscated all your stuff. Ah, you son of a bitch. I say we leave our stuff back at Citadel by the lake.
Okay, and then who is making the journey from Citadel by the lake to Vatapol? I'm assuming at least the 4 gladiators that you informed are having a mystery beast match.
Sam's going.
Oh, I see. You're leaving all of your stuff, as in you're not. These 4 aren't bringing their equipment with them. Okay.
Hand doesn't come off because there's a surgery check to put it on, right?
Your hand does not come off. Yeah.
Okay, I might have to do this fight with my hand tied behind my back potentially.
Arlen wants to bring the strap that he sits in that goes on Ug's back
Yep.
because he's thinking about joining the fight.
You are technically right now a Tempe. You have 5 slots for gladiators. You'd have to put someone on a 3-week idle period.
But Baraktarn's already fighting.
Baraktarn's already fighting, and in 3 weeks he's got the final.
In 3 weeks, he's got the final, so I could put him.
No, he would be idle for his.
Oh, the third week he's fighting.
Yep.
Okay, so no. Okay, so I can't actually join.
You can sit in the ring and be the healer.
I'll be the healer. Yeah.
Okay. Are you bringing anyone to push your cart around, or are you going to be flying while the fight's going on?
Who the hell is left?
Good question.
There's friggin' nobody.
Baraktarn is left. He's not fighting this week.
Sure, bring Baraktarn.
Okay. How are you getting 1, 2, 3,
Grizak
4,
and I can
5?
teleport.
Grizak has teleport as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Within a day, you're able to teleport everyone to Vatapol. Where are you guys staying while in Vatapol?
We'll stay in our
In the barrack?
in the barracks. Yeah.
Okay. The Sunrise House. Basically, Baraktarn has his gear, but Sam, Ugg, Vlauveng, and Grizak do not. Does Grizak have his gear that allows him to cast spells?
It would be his. He needs his. What's it called? His holy symbol and his.
Yeah, his components for Druid, and he has his components for the expensive sorcerer spells, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you left your gear with whom? Radimer and Phineas, I guess? In your quarters at Terraslene?
Did these guys already start traveling?
No. Radimer and
The
Phineas?
guys- No. I mean, the Doom guys.
Yes. They are leaving.
starts-
They are leaving that morning when you're starting to teleport everyone here.
Is it possible to leave our stuff with the custodian somehow?
There's a lot of gear and stuff that just the regular Ludus owns. You could just put it with that.
Okay.
That's all in your private quarters. Phineas and Radimer are still around, like physically in the room, like trading spells.
Okay. We'll leave them to guard.
Oh, yeah, sure, go on, sure, we'll guard it.
Foxfire's got an awesome idea for
You are Phineas. You are not Damien.
for divine spellcasters, by the way. There's an awesome idea in chat.
Yeah.
Rarely does Fox ever lead you astray.
hey, that's actually a good one. So that can go on to. You'd have to pick a slot that it would go on to, right?
Yep.
Damien can tattoo you.
You mean Phineas.
Phineas, yeah. Oh, Damien will try.
Damien will use his blessing sword to tattoo you in the name of your god. That'll heal.
with my life.
That'll heal. Fucking Damien.
Okay, so Grizak is going to. I'm gonna start prepping spells. Basically, they're there. They're gonna rest. Baraktarn's gonna stay up and guard.
What did you do to deserve this fight? This does not sound very fair, says Baraktarn to Arlen.
Well, apparently the previous.
Well, think about it the fun way.
Arlen,
The beasts don't have clothes on. We won't have clothes on. You know,
Arlen.
nature.
Yes.
Is this Phineas before you left?
Yes, before you, if
Okay.
he overhears that his guys are screwed.
Oh, yeah,
Look
yeah,
at
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I may be of some assistance for this fight, if you'd like.
Go on.
I think I've heard they're taking all your potions and magic and whatnot.
Yes.
Are you familiar with alchemist extracts?
No, I've seen them being used. Yes, I'm not an alchemist myself, but
Yeah.
I've seen, heard of them.
Well, I'm also something of a hobbyist, tattooist. I could tattoo extracts on your fighters to give them some magic once the fight begins. They can't take the tattoos away unless they're skinning them. Dear God, they're not skinning them, are they? They haven't gone that far, have they?
No, but how will your tattoo react with these stones?
No, same as a potion or something while it's in the stones, it will be nullified. However, once you're off the stones, it can be used.
Phineas is also like so learned that he's probably has a formula for as long as you don't spend like days on the stones or come into direct contact. There's a bunch of other things that kind of flew through your mind that might be bad for the tattoos, but standing there for a few moments, it's not gonna destroy it.
No, I appreciate it, but this is more like a punishment than it is a. It's more of a punishment. So if you bring magics like this, we will incur another.
So we're getting punished.
Yes.
What did I do, says Hug?
You did nothing. The last commissioner did not inform the previous commissioner of our arrangement.
If I may, I do realize it is your Ludus. He has set certain rules, has he not, that he wishes for you to follow?
Yes.
As long as you obey his rules, he has no reason to be upset. Yeah, I understand in the world of politics, losing your temper because you didn't get your ways, it's frowned upon, as a sign of weakness or something.
Yeah, I'll take a tattoo, says Hug.
How about a bunny?
What's the bunny tattoo do?
Go ahead, fellas. See what Phineas can give you. I'll do repercussions.
Okay, may I recommend a shield spells all around? How many are there?
I'm okay. They should, unless they take off my hand.
Okay. No.
I can guess my own.
I think they're supposed to give us stuff. Like, we should have shields and things.
Yes, sorry. Quite, Grizak. They said they would give you gear and shields and weapons.
Well, maybe just give us knives and a
do
loincloth. I don't know.
Do you use a shield?
I can. I'd prefer something,
Magical?
well, I use... Best that I got something with two hands.
Alright then, I will prepare a shield tattoo for you.
Alright. Is it actually a bunny?
Shield, would you like your reach to be greater?
Will that be too obvious? He looks to Arlen.
Once the fight begins, it's up to you. It's...
Oh, okay.
Yes, it will be obvious though, if that's what you're asking. You'll be able to grab someone from 10 feet away.
Give Grizak a nipple tramp stamp.
Well, if we have to fight didn't the poison thing get viciously, brutally murdered to death?
The Veno Manticore is dead.
Viciously, brutally, horrifically
Died in
stepped on.
the summer and season games. I think it was your Ludus that killed it.
Suddenly, accidentally, tragically.
Or maybe it was Magnus, I forget.
It was Sam. Sam's shoved his arm all halfway up his butt.
Sam killed it. Suddenly, tragically.
Okay, who wants to be faster? Roughly twice as fast as normal human.
Depends how much time we got to do these things, right?
Yes, each one's going to take a moment. It would be almost like... Yes, it will take a moment.
I am more concerned with finding a shield and an axe, says Valving.
I can't help you find an axe.
Do you have one that makes you, like, quick like a kitty?
Haste! You will all get haste. Yes, haste tattoos. That's what the bunny will be. You're all bunnies. Quick like a hare, you know.
Okay. I'm on the Vatapole map. If you want to start putting the tattoos on the tokens, that'd be
Entangle
great.
wouldn't work in this environment, right, Marty?
Nope. There's no plants.
There's 4 of them going in?
Grizak, Sam, Ugg, and Vlauvang are going in.
Alright, so haste.
Are we going in the arena? Or are we going someplace else?
Arena.
You are to report to the arena early in the morning,
'Kay.
and to bring nothing with you. Is the instructions.
Okay, so we're modifying the tokens here on this layer, right?
Oh,
Does
okay. We
anyone
can go to the
want
Civic Arena if we want.
Does anyone want any personal healing? I know it's a taboo in the arena, but if it's life or death. Anyone? Anyone?
If I need it, I won't be awake to use it.
Fair enough. Anyone want to fly?
No, not allowed.
What?
Since when? I used to fly all the time.
No, apparently you're limited to 20 seconds.
Now you're only allowed to jump. Big jumps.
So you're saying we're gonna be fighting what? Animals or monsters? What are we fighting here?
We're gonna be fighting like a metaphorical lion.
How about bark skins all around?
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
His bark skin's at +5 now, so.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Me. Oh my god.
Yeah, 12th level's good.
It's the realest dog ever.
You'll be fighting
The
beasts.
bestest dog ever.
Here's,
Tell those kids setting off fireworks to go die in a fire.
Alright, here's, just in case you are fighting beasts, who knows what kind of beast, so here's some neutralizing. If you get poisoned, use these, they'll neutralize the poison. Everyone gets one. I don't have a lot for...
Thirds.
I can make your I can make sure we don't get poisoned. That's fine.
Who would like to be stronger? I've got 3 bull strength I could dish out.
Well, if not, let's bring our gear, I guess.
I've got Arlen's stronger one in my brain.
Okay, so the Ugg, Vlauvang, and Grizak I don't suppose would benefit from it. I will give Grizak the sea invisibility just in case, though he can likely do it himself.
There's a haste,
Yeah.
tattoo, a neutralize poison, tattoo.
Is this for Sam?
I think Sam's talking a bark skin tattoo. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
bark skin, haste, if you and neutralize poison right now. Do you want your arms to be longer, Sam, for punching things?
Please
Oh,
don't
they're
ever do
pretty
it.
long already.
Guys, please don't ever do it.
Oh well, you know, if he gives you some kind of trouble, you just tell him the Grand Mage of Vatapole gave them to you, and if he has a problem, he can contact me.
I believe Sam, with his knowledge planes ranks, I think he identified what the. Did he?
Identify who?
He knows that there's a devil flower. He knows that much.
Yep.
The flower is from hell.
What do you mean it's from hell? I don't think Phineas knows anything about it.
Yeah, I don't think Phineas has been at the games in a while.
He's been like, I don't have to go anymore. Awesome.
The blood rose. The guy has a hell flower on his desk. I don't want to make him more mad.
Why? I mean, a hellflower, an unusual ornament to be sure, but
No, like a flower from hell.
well, it's not unheard of to have things from.
But
other
it
planes.
moves a lot.
See, I'll give you guys the poison and the bubble. That's what I can give you pretty easily.
What do you mean, give us?
At the beginning of the fight, just stay close to me and we'll do that.
I still have a number of first circle extracts, tattoos to give. Does anyone
What
want?
do you do if there's a fight?
If for me,
Yeah.
I will run away.
You should keep the one that makes you go fast like a bunny.
I should. Yes, I should. That one's smart for me. Yes.
You need the jumpy one too.
I'll keep a fly as well. I like to fly.
Okay.
Oh, I have one more from the fourth circle. I don't know if you're rather good wrestlers, from what I understand, but I have one that will keep you from being grabbed.
I could make us all stronger.
Grizak, might I
and
recommend
healthier.
that for you,
Yeah.
perhaps?
Yeah.
I got that.
Oh, you have. Oh, all right. I assume.
Oh yeah, yeah. Obadiah's giving me a lot.
I don't.
I believe your god's name is Obad High.
That-
That's what I said, Obadiah.
You are a bizarre creature in need
No,
of
his name
study.
is Obadiah. Who's bizarre?
Berktar's just shaking his head ever so slightly.
There are a number.
Ugh. Do I still have that patch on my back, or is it all straight back there?
What do you mean?
There, where that part got ripped out and it came in uneven. Is it evened out a bit, or is it all kind of?
No, it's a scar.
That's all right. Sam's like stripping off stuff.
yeah, exactly. It's got some weird hairs at the edge of the scar, though. So he's looking, little hand goes and blink, fucks one of them.
How many guys are there? We would fit in a 10-foot radius, right? Ball circle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I got something to hold them back if they come at us. We
Okay,
can
so
try
it sounds like you guys have prepared.
Yeah.
Who is going to the Civic Arena at the crack of dawn, basically, on the day of the fight?
5 bells. We need to be there before 5 bells.
We'll be there at 4:30.
Okay. Phineas, you're staying in Terrazline.
Oh yeah, he's not going back for anything other than a dire emergency.
So Sam is doing the full-on, like, the loincloth where it's like the little tea towel in the front and the string up the butt crack. That's all he's got. That's how we rock a pair of little slippers. Like a day in the Japanese spa.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. There are a bunch of guards waiting for you.
Marty, before you start the fight, I was
Yep.
just wondering if I can spend the money to cast tongues on Phineas and cast permanency on himself. Seeing as he's traveling to strange lands where he does not speak the language.
Let's see. Permanency.
7,500.
I think it's just if you could cast it.
Yeah.
Casting time is...
Well, there might be a caster level check for. Or
It must be the minimum caster level and expend the
Oh,
specific
never mind, I
gold
don't have
piece
the money.
value
I'm
of
actually
diamond
short
dust.
90 gold pieces.
90.
You
Take
will
it
get
out of the-
90 gold pieces from us.
We can.
Yeah.
It's not an emergency. It can wait till we get some treasure.
No, both groups had a ton of treasure that they were spending willy-nilly.
Oh.
That's where your new gear came from.
We spent 300,000 gold pieces last session.
Oh my god, it was that much? I knew you guys were spending a lot because I was like, I listened to...
No. Okay, we had 300,000 to spend. We only spent 200.
God.
Holy shit, you could permanize a lot of stuff.
Yeah, permanency.
See invisibility, 5 grand. Tongues, 7,500. What you do need to do is keep track of the caster level of the
'Cause they can be
permanency
dispelled,
because
yeah.
it can be
Magic's a
dispelled.
bitch.
Yeah.
Also, I would suspect that standing on the stones
Would nullify it.
probably would be bad for the.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, we were remarking about
Expensive
this.
rest.
Yeah, I can make you guys stronger and faster.
You can do the mass ones.
That assumes that they don't take your spell components away.
Yeah, and if they do, I'm fucked.
Did you
Certainly
did
had
you
some
take any of
spells that is-
did you take any of Phineas's tattoos?
Grizak?
No. But that would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
A little late now.
That'll be fine. After all, I'm the Grizak.
I believe Bergtarn isn't part of the fight, right?
No, he's there
Just
to push
guarding Arlen
Arlen
over
around.
there.
Yes. We've had several run-ins with the Conclave. Magnus and Ugg don't seem to get along. Let us hope that they're not here this early in the morning, although I doubt that they are. They seem to be a lazy bunch.
That early in the morning, I
They're
doubt they're
really
awake.
busy at night is really the issue.
They're probably going to bed around that time.
So it's a little breezy.
Yeah, this is pre-Scarab going crazy and the shit hitting the fan, so... Magnus is still seen at this point being dragged around on Scarab's leash.
So, Arlen, you making any bets on us?
Yes, it really depends on how much money we have.
Without knowing what the beasts are you sure that it is wise?
I don't know.
I'm gonna grab some chips so I can watch the fight with some dip.
I have a lot of faith in you, boys.
Well, you're playing Valvang, Mark.
Money's
I
on
don't
you.
know how to do psionics.
Yeah,
Alright.
you're the only one who does. I know you've read that bullshit.
What are the odds?
Learn.
I haven't.
Learn. I will teach you.
What are the odds, Marty?
You don't know.
Still getting chips.
I'll go see, I guess, Claw?
Okay.
Is Claw awake?
Claw's not awake at this time of morning, although some of his functionaries are. They're not as charismatic as the Claw is, and are kind of also hungover or tired when they see you in the morning. You have to knock a bunch of times at the front of the bar, and eventually you talk to some guys who are willing to take your bets. Assuming your bets are small, ish, and
It's
not
10 grand.
not Magnus-sized bets.
10K.
10K. Okay, you learn that.
Well, what is the...
It's still 2-1 to you guys. They're having a hard time imagining what beasts would give Barak, Tarn, Ugg, and Sam problems.
So, do they know that there's no armor or weapons? Or potions or scrolls?
Look, pal. I just work here. The board says 2-1. I'll take your bet.
So, we will get 5 grand on a 10 grand bet?
Yep.
Sure. Nah, let
love
them,
that
let them,
confidence.
let them. Wait, you guys aren't here. It's just me and Barak Tarn.
I know.
Yep.
He believes in me.
He's like, no, it's all right. Thank you, though. Sorry for waking you up.
Seriously?
Yes.
The board is right there with the fucking elves. We don't live as long as you! He fucking yells at you. You're damn sleep. He slams the door. I don't think he was pleased, says Bertrand.
Well, it's unfortunate.
Why didn't you make the bet? Do you not think they will win?
I think they will, but I'd rather know the odds more. If they don't win, I have the magics to get them out of there. So,
It is wise. Bertrand just wheels you around, brings you back to the to the Ludus. You notice that there are a couple of guards. Oh, there they are. You're expected. Head on in.
Hey,
thank you.
Okay. There's a surprising number of guards here today. Beric Tarn and Arlen walk in after it. You do see that there are some guards they're telling you to head to the Victory in the Veins.
Mm-hmm.
They do pause for a moment as if like they'll let you go to the altar. None of the candles are lit.
Doug is gonna go and
Arlen will
peel a bit
ignite
of fingernail off and put it on the altar because like those are my weapons today.
Okay. Hug and Sam
Sam's-
trying to outdo each other with their offerings.
Yep. Peel a bit of callus off.
Vlaving just looks at the altar and then turns on his heels and follows his battle mates. Grizak, do you pray on...
Arlen.
He was like, alright, well, he's not,
And where's Obadiah? We'll cast Jolt on the altar.
there
Okay.
you go.
I'm assuming Sparky's not with you, or is Sparky with you?
No, it's
Okay.
not with me.
All right. One of the guards was startled by that and is looking at the altar, and you melted a candle or something. Baraktarn just wheels Arlen towards it, almost like asking a question, going super slow. Like, do you want to go over there or not?
There's no need. Is there one for Paylor?
There is what looks like an ivory carving of a dude with a sun, like a sun halo around his head.
He just casts light on the entire altar.
Okay. A couple of guards stand back and they're just watching, murmuring amongst themselves as they are not casters and you are. It quickly becomes apparent that the commissioner himself, as well as one of the judges and a bunch of guards, are waiting for you in the Victory of the Veins. You don't see the proprietor of the Victory in the Veins. You're not too sure where he went. In fact, I'm not sure where his token went either. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there he is. Great.
Shenaniganry.
They killed him! No!
Punctual. Excellent, says Kython. Yes, very punctual. Although there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are too many.
I am the healer, and Barakton is going to be pushing me around.
You may leave until the time of the fight. He actually looks at Ugg, looks at Flauvang. Let's just see if he sees these tattoos that you guys all have on here. The judge comes over and whispers, "They appear to be painted quite heavily." This guy. Kython comes over and goes up to Grizak. What's this? You kind of the chain reaches out and flicks at your spell component pouch, and a small chain, a really fine chain with a hook on it, kind of flicks at your holy symbol.
This is Obadiah's thingy.
I told you to bring nothing but your shirts and cloths for your loins.
I'm a caster.
Not today, you're not.
It's gonna be awkward.
You may deposit your personal effects with your acting Lannister before he leaves. Anyone else with anything else on them?
Kython.
Sam's gonna raise a hand, and it surgically attached. It doesn't come off. He's gonna put up his shiny hand.
Okay, Kython. Fine.
Okay.
That's a little... He's not allowed to have his magic components.
No, he's a gladiator.
Yes, but gladiators are also casters, aren't they?
Not today.
Fine. Yeah, Grizak. I'll keep them for you.
Does Grizak walk over to Arlen? Or...
Yeah, whatever. I don't give a
Sam snickers because he knows he's about to dub 5 different types of shit all over just Arlen's chest. This shit, that shit,
Here's my spell component pouch and that pouch, and here's this pouch.
And on my right side,
This is my bag of squirrel poop.
for special occasions.
But there are... Oh boy, so this is gonna be interesting.
Sorcerer, eschew materials. Not a meta magic feat, as it turns out.
You may return when the gates are open for the games. You will be admitted, Arlen, onto the field as a healer. One person from your ludus will be admitted.
It's alright, Barakton. I do not. I assume that the flying rule does not apply to the casters, to the healers as well. Is that correct, Kaiten?
There are no rules as to how the healers move around.
Good. Thank you.
Remember, he said that the next time you take that spell that leaves a trail of fire behind you.
They're also not allowed to interfere with the matches. That's pretty clear.
My healer happens to be a colossal red dragon with a furor.
Interference is a subjective term.
Yep.
And everything is adjudicated by the commissioner using the old rules. So everything subjective is up to the whims of the commissioner. Isn't that fun?
Or the person who's bound him.
The chain, one of the chains just lifts up like it's an arm and kind of flicks like you may go.
Alright. We'll be back for the fight. I guess we head out.
Squeaking out. Baraktarn's like, I know where we can find breakfast and tea nearby.
Sam's the son of a bitch.
You must excuse your Lannister. He has been delinquent in his duties.
Is this an earshot?
No. This is after you leave. Well, Grizak can hear him. So could Sam.
Nope.
Laughing.
Yeah, whatever. Let's get this going.
Your ludus is registered to Vatapul, and to Vatapul you shall serve. It is an honor to be a gladiator in these games. People worship you. Money is thrown at you. You receive gifts and benefits and magic and healing and blessings, and no mortal man who wanders the streets in his simple life here in Vatapul and in the Empire receives. Yet your Lannister, acting Lannister, still a slave, for whatever reason, has decided to give you half a season off. I understand you enjoyed yourselves going to a little picnic to go dig some treasures out of the earth, to rob some graves.
Does this guy really have nothing better to do than yell at us? What?
Oh, is that bluffing? So, I've taken it upon myself to arrange corrective measures for the gladiators of the traveling ludus called the Circus of Dread. Fight well and by the rules that I have written here today, and I may let your acting Lannister continue to act on your behalf when he sets up the rest of your fights this season. Act against the rules that I've laid out today, and I'll be taking personal control of arranging each and every one of your fights for your ludus going forward. Is that understood? If you gladiators want to have your own fate in your hands, then your fate shall be decided upon the sands. Yes, Sam the Giant.
The rules are...
The rules are you will fight with the weapons that are given to you or by your hands. Yes, you can use your metal hand. I'm rather partial to metal things myself that are attached. And a couple of the chains rise up and slowly go down.
What was the special chains? Ooh.
Yes, and today there will be no spellcasting. There will be no prayers, no magics, no blessings. No,
Wait a
no,
minute.
no
What if I can
tattoos.
still cast spells without my stuff?
No tattoos, says the imp.
What if I
Yes.
can still cast spells without my stuff?
You are to fight with the weapons you are provided, or your bare hands.
Whatever form I got, I can use to fight with.
You saying, can he bite him or smash him, turn into like an
Yeah.
elephant? You know.
Ah, yes, you're the Grizak. You were sold to the Circus of Dread by a man who kept you wrapped in chains, I remember.
Yep.
Fine. You may turn into a beast if you find it necessary.
Ooh. Ooh, smush, smush.
The people of Adipole seem to like beasts. Ah, they do. Simple people.
That guy's gonna get killed.
I was just finding the mute button. That guy is so... he doesn't know it yet. But like, 3 weeks from now, he fucks up bad.
Crossbow in the ear. He tripped and had a crossbow in the chest.
He tripped.
He's gonna be found with a crossbow stuffed through his chest. Not a
No.
bolt, the whole crossbow.
Damien's gonna have an archery competition. This guy's asshole is gonna be the target.
Marty, we don't like him.
Congratulations.
Who, the imp? The Empire?
Yes.
What's also fun is that if he, so he was involved in fixing the game, so he's a greedy little toady, but this guy's also super lawful, and fucking with the rules of a match are probably pretty bad. So we could probably get that guy roasted by the chitin.
I am sure that you will do your Duke proud. There are other punishments for those that displease their owners, who displease their masters, and who displease the hierarchy of things. The Duke is going to war, or is already at war, as I understand. He is in need of fighters. He has already taken from the great circus many gladiators to serve him. He is
That's it. I quit. Just I don't. After this one, fine. I'll fight with you guys.
displease the Civic Arena, this grand institution, and you might find yourself in a far-off land fighting an enemy that cannot be defeated.
It's really balls.
He doesn't know that you guys are already
It's not the
fighting.
worst threat in the world. It's
Yeah.
where I'm going anyway. We paid my expenses. That's where I'm going. Next stop, where we were going anyway. Sure.
You may linger here for a while if you need to spend more time with your deities. Otherwise, when you are ready, the sands await. You can take your positions upon the stones.
The weapons provided are out there, or they're going to be here to sort of, you know.
Closer to the match, the weapons will be carted onto the field. Bleed well, and fight for the honor of those that have come before you, better or worse. Kylie just leaves.
Okay, Sam wants to roll his knowledge of planes on the guy.
Sure.
Well, now that he's all like, nah, man, my chains are just, I'm apparently spawn, but chains just do stuff. You know, he opens the jam, the chains come out, and you know, all right, let's.
Yes, fight well, and know that these beasts, I hear, hold no quarter. It will be a death match.
23. Does he have a? Is he hiding it, or is he because he's wiggling his chains around?
There is a second nature. You do know of chitins with a 23. You just don't know whether he's one or not. He seems to have mastery over these strange chains that he's got wrapped around himself.
And his name happens to be Kythun.
Yep.
Yep.
The Empire is discussing with you. I will be adjudicating this match and keeping a close eye on whether or not you've heeded our great commissioner's words. Know
I
that
don't remember seeing you around here. Are you new?
Oh, I've risen in the ranks of the judges. I have adjudicated in many a great match before. I was there when the future prince of our great planet of Tarak went to his first games. A number of ships were destroyed.
Is that the one where... That's the one Magnus won.
Yes, it was the last match at the Conclave of Crimson Scale before it was called that, that was held by that Ludus before they came to Varapol. It appears that many of us come here. It is a place for opportunity, is it not?
I thought that this was the place where if you were the big city, it was like a punishment to come here. So if you were judged there, then why are you here?
What do you think? Corruption?
Very interesting, isn't it? It is a place for us to grow. When we become big fish in this small pond, I suppose some of us will move on to the capital. It is the way of things. It is the way.
I started east, and that's where like the really little fish are, and I've been sort of working my way west.
Ah, the road of sorrow. Yes, yes. It does tend to grind down to the numbers until a few strong ones remain.
Yeah, if you tell the guys to put better food in the wagons, they probably would get better outcome with the fighters.
Oh, but to have hungry gladiators willing to kill and die in the arena, so exciting. I sort of envy you. He's like picking at a nail.
So you're going to be out in the sands with us, right?
Oh yes, and to know that this cloak of the Empire protects me.
Didn't do much for when Gracchus got hold of
What +1 AC?
You think it's like political protection? It was another guy you grabbed too. That guy was standing in the back.
Probably shoved him in front.
Well, it is a long day, and I'm going to get a nap before the games. Ta-ta.
You know what time we're fighting?
Likely afternoon.
We're gonna get some food.
No, you're gladiators.
We're gonna get along really well, aren't we?
Wait, they didn't tell us when the fight was.
Oh, yeah,
It's
you
on
know
this
it.
day.
You know it's on this day.
No, but they didn't tell Arlen.
Oh, well, Arlen goes outside and checks the schedule, and it's approximately noonish.
He
when
told
the
you to
fight's
come
gonna-
back when they open the gates. So, and there'll be like the warm-up fights, and you know, it's a day. It's like going to the football stadium.
What is Flauvangs? This is intimidating.
I'm pretty certain that this is kind of, they're trying to mess with us. They left us in a bar with no food for hours before a fight. 5 a.m.
Did they leave us in a bar with no booze?
There are barrels of wine, but there are no like open
Oh,
casks right
well.
now.
One of us has a metal hand and a strong arm.
Yeah, you can get into their wine if you wanted.
Would it be disgraceful to all get out there? Hey, Arlen, I think it would be funny if we all went out there hammered.
Just fucking stumbling over yourselves. Hammered might be the equivalent
Vomiting
of.
all over the
It's not quite nauseated, although you could probably nauseate yourself. It might be you're sick.
Well, when you're vomiting drunk, that's when you're nauseated.
Yep.
Quick question.
Yes.
Grizzak's sorcerer abilities, like Thunderstaff and Stormchild, are those still active? I can touch. I can the standard action touch a weapon, make it give me the shock property.
Probably. There's probably spell-like abilities, so they may not need expensive components, so those probably work. All right, well, Gug goes over and grabs a bottle of wine and uncorks it with his small hand.
Wait a minute. Are my domain abilities? They're SPs,
Yeah, it's
Spell legs. They're spells.
so
You
But I
can't use them.
You can use them, but you're not allowed to use them.
Yeah.
The boss said don't use them. You could use them,
It's within. Yeah.
but it's against the rules of the fight.
Yes.
Do with that as you would. You're only going to give yourself a harder time.
Why he's a Grizzak.
I'm the Grizzak. Fuck it.
Vlauving, curiously, what tattoos did you give Vlauving? The same as Ugg?
Same as Ugg, so he's got bark skin,
Okay.
Oh shit! Now I really need those tattoos.
Bark skin and haste.
haste, and neutralize poison.
He declined the neutralized poison.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Oh, that's right. He doesn't need it. Yeah.
Vlauving says, "My people do not fear poison or venom."
Phineas would probably know that, but whatever.
Maybe you're just doing it to be polite. Only really being polite.
I was gonna put magic on him. It's just gonna look the same. I didn't want you to feel left out, buddy.
So, there's something creepy about the commissioner guy, but he seems alright. He's not too bad. A little stodgy.
What, you think the chains that that are flying around him are soothing? Oh, God, can see that.
But it's like the glory of the arena and making a name and,
There's something wrong with that guy. That's
being
for sure.
famous. It's gotta be fun, doesn't it? Isn't it fun to be out there and, then you go see Cord.
Sometimes when you don't get yelled at afterwards. So,
He's yelling at us beforehand.
yeah, well,
We'll see if we get yelled at afterwards. I mean, Arlen yells. It's just funny when he yells because he's really low.
no, Orlin has a way to get inside your head. That guy, he's just a hard ass.
Yeah.
We can break his chains again.
All right. Well, I can just we have a plan here since we got nothing on our frickin' minds. I can do a large earth thing, and I got long reach with it, so I can hit that shit when it comes from a distance.
Stay in the back, Caster.
Yeah. Also,
Probably have a higher AC than you guys.
You think you have a higher AC than Sam without spells?
No, you don't.
I have a 20.
So Sam
has
a
a
30 without magic.
Ugg?
And,
Ugg?
and once he's not flat-footed anymore, it will be like a 37.
Ugg has nowhere near that. Ugg without armor and shit on has
Sam was built to be the poor-ass broke bitch in a wagon.
Ugg has an AC of 17, 3 natural and 4 dex. That's pretty decent.
Sorry, it's I assumed that we would be getting some shit armor in that. It would be 25 right now before doing anything. 30 something when moving.
Yep. You guys drink some wine. Are you getting drunk or not?
Grizzak's
We are looking for peanuts or
Yeah, you probably find some stale bread inside here, and you end up kind of
Vlauving can't get drunk. He just keeps drinking and drinking.
exactly. It's kind of like water
Venom
for
and
him.
poison are different things.
Vlauving, a race that is immune to poison probably is not going to get affected by alcohol very much, or they'd have to find
that human.
a very specific alcohol
Is
that
venom
works.
and poison the same thing, though?
Yep.
Are there guards?
There
I
are
can't
guards.
drink. I can't
The guards
drink.
have positioned themselves outside the Victory in the Veins. They can see that you're drinking. They're not stopping you.
Hey guys, do you know what we're fighting?
No, well, you guys get us a sandwich or something?
We're instructed to. We can't leave our posts, says one of them.
But when's your shift change?
Okay, give me a diplomacy check. You're asking them to get food.
Yeah. If we're gonna have a grumbly tumbly, that's the worst.
Sam's not pissed off about fighting beasts. He's pissed off that he didn't get fed beforehand.
More.
Okay, so the one guard nods and, yeah, my aunt makes bagels. I'll grab some on my shift change. But
No, thank you, buddy.
about an hour before the fight, guard comes back and kind of like eat a bunch of pastries and bagels and things. He throws them on the table and
Yes, the hero of the day.
the other guard's like, you fucking idiot, kind of thing. Eventually, the warm up fights happen. Arlen and Beric Tarn are allowed back in.
What do you mean you haven't been fed?
Actually, you actually see them eating bagels and bread and drinking wine,
and pastries,
and you're like, they've gone through almost 8 bottles of wine.
Shit. All right, put the alcohol down, damn it.
Why?
Each of you walk from that line to this line.
Bet I do it better than you do.
For fuck's sakes, come! All of you come here. All of you come here. All of you come here. He's gonna
legs.
delay poison communal on these bastards.
I don't get.
It doesn't matter. You're gonna lose it anyway once you get on the fucking.
I don't get drunk.
All right, Sam. How are you feeling?
Oh, pastries were really good. I was getting my stomach was starting to hurt. Getting those pains. It was real bad there for a second. It was really bad there for a second, Arlen. Then, Frederick over there.
Yeah. Suck. Give me fort save, Sam, Ugg, and Grizak.
Grizak's immune to venom.
Oh, he's immune to venom?
Yeah.
Which I think is also poison, so Ugg and Sam.
Alright. Without items.
Yes.
Who's playing Ugg, by the way?
Plus 13 for Ugg.
19.
Okay, and Sam, you don't have any effects from getting a little tipsy before the fight.
30 for Ugg.
And Ugg's fine.
Don't worry, the bagels just sopped.
They're fine. They're
Pull them
big.
out of the mud.
You're like, oh yeah, I'm small, and they're like twice my size, and then some.
The 80-pound elf is chastising the 300-pound men about
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They could have done that 3 times over. Eventually, after some warm-up fights, some guards come over, and the judge, yeah, it's time for you to get ready. Chop, chop.
Chop Sam, throw a last piece of bagel in.
Alright, remember, this saw will make sure the animals can't see you. Come on, everybody. You too, furry face.
Talking to the imp. Slaps his butt.
You can do it.
Oh, I see an axe.
Okay, Sam, Grizak, Ugg, and Vlauvang take to the sands and head towards their circle. You, at this point, still don't see any weapons.
No weapons, no armor.
No weapons, no armor.
Uh,
The guards go up. Just the healer.
It's all right. It's all right.
so,
Baraktanov, we'll be fine.
Vlavang, if the Grizak turns into, like, a big stick, could you beat people with them?
You want a big stick?
I'd prefer a dwarvish war axe with a shield.
What about a dwarvish war stick?
He shrugs. Vlaving's quite ugly under his helmet. He's got like some sort of like burn or acid burn that has burned part of his face, and kept part of his beard from growing back.
Oh, that's awesome.
It almost looks like a claw that was acidic, that kind of got his face. One of his eyes is milky white. You don't know whether he can only see out of one eye or not. You see Arlen struggling through the sands on his
Arlen's
chair.
flying.
Oh, okay, Arlen leaves the chair. Baraktan just pushes the chair out off to the side, and then the portcullis comes down.
Marty, Arlen's got seen visibility up. Does he see anything?
Nope. There are no invisible things in the ring. You can see your gladiators milling around, and they look a little nervous.
Sorry, correction. My AC is 32 when fighting. Not as high as I thought.
How?
Because Sam's awesome. And
The season end game champions will be fine. Don't you worry, guys. I mean, the
So,
season two champions.
Okay, just don't let them punch you in the nipple. It really hurts.
Oh, like this? Oh, fuck!
Yeah, like
You
exactly
tricked me,
like
you
that.
bastard! You tricked me!
Okay, the editor's pulpit is busy today, as perhaps many people have come for this mystery match.
What we gonna fight today?
Get your magical hand bonus too.
I do have. I see. I have my shield with me.
You
Marty,
gladiators! Gladiators!
Yeah.
I've been just informed that a cart of weapons will be making its way onto the field shortly. You are not to go and find your weapon until the match begins. Is that understood?
All right. Is there any armor in that cart? Or...
There might be piecemeal, if you're lucky. Good luck!
You should just no, you can't. We need him for a few weeks.
Wait a minute.
He can't accidentally die in this fight unless his dream goes up.
Listen, guys, I got a good idea. I can turn into a big horse or something, and I can pull that cart and you can sit on it. We can ride around the entire field. Give you all the time you need.
Are you confused sometimes about the words that aren't just like words for people and animals and things?
I can turn into like an animal or something. I don't know.
Because you confused like good and bad at the same time.
Probably a unicorn is what I'll turn into.
You notice that there are some guards dragging this big cart with a barrel of weapons in it. They kind of push the barrel of weapons off the cart and then kind of
Can
push
we
the cart away.
identify some of the weapons?
Oh, it looks like there's a long spear sticking out of them, and then there's some halves of weapons and maybe a helmet. There might be a shield stuffed in there.
So, alright, here's my idea. I'm gonna run out and try to distract whatever is coming to get us, and you guys grab weapons and then save me.
I'm not gonna be fighting with weapons. Fuck that.
You don't know how to use weapons, dwarf.
I don't give a fuck about weapons.
Yeah, you come with me. Yeah, you guys grab the weapons and then save us.
Yeah.
In fact, Ugg, you don't really need a weapon either. So,
Nah, I could go and hug whatever comes out.
yeah, you hug one, I'll stand there, and
Hug the hugger. Yeah.
so, Grizak, if you can get on the other side of me, we can really hit hard.
Sam, go fuck yourself.
Yoo-hoo, gladiators! I've been just informed. Like, Og's like, oh, fuck. I've been just informed that there will be a Durgar on the field of battle, aside from the one on your team. You'll know him as he has a number of orbs around his head, gems. I believe they're called iron stones. Not that uneducated blokes such as you would know such a thing. He is not to be harmed. He's an important guest of the Duke. Is that understood?
Is he attacking us?
No, but he will be,
Is he like a summoner? It's a summoner match.
he will be handling the beasts. Apparently that they brought all the way from their Durgar duchy.
It's gonna be fun.
Hey, there's like some blood on this rock here. Is this sanitary?
Well, we know it's not magical.
I hate to go this guy. Ah, look at this.
Okay, you can hear hissing coming from the Duke's gate. The hissing sounds like hot swords being plunged into water. Vlauving makes says something in Dwarvish.
Marty, I need a fire element, a big one.
Wyverns.
Well, what do they do?
We fought those before. They got poisony stingers.
They sound like wyverns.
All right.
Yes, their poison stingers can kill.
Oh shit.
And there's more than one of them by the sounds of it. I am immune to their venom.
I'm pretty certain you're not immune to a giant stinger going through your chest, though.
No.
Are they immune to fire?
No, they're big, dumb, angry dragons with poison.
If you punch them in the head enough, they fall down, right?
He nods.
Perfect. That's the plan. You get an axe and chop chop.
These stones are interesting. My mental powers might still be drained by them. I don't feel right standing here.
Oh, it does not feel good.
Marty, I'd like a huge fire elemental on the field, please.
Is this what you're going to turn into?
Yes, sir.
Do you want one with a derpy face?
Oh, awesome face.
Okay.
I believe he's getting his words confused again. He means yes, dirty face.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how much damage his fist does.
Like that. Okay, coming out in the field. And we have a special match for you today, says Pompadoro. We have a mystery beast match, but as you can hear, our guests can't keep their beasts quiet to prolong the mystery any further. And without further ado, a gift from the Underdugolving of the Duchy of Avernus. We have the great beast handler Zenifax Khan, who has brought to grace our great Civic Arena Wyverns of Avernus. Immediately, these nasty-looking two-legged beasts with wings and gnashing teeth, long tongues, and tails start coming out of the Duke's gate. Let me see if I can get the right size for them. I believe they are large.
I think they're bigger.
Is the DC for the burn the same, or do I have to calculate that on my
Wisdom based, it's as per spell.
half?
It's half your character level plus the wisdom modifier.
6. Okay.
are so derpy looking. I mean, they're the most realistic of the monsters, but
Oh, there are two little ones that come out, and at first they were pretty frightening, and then the big one that came out is dwarfing
Excuse
them.
me? Is that a huge wyvern?
Yes, it is.
Zenifax, all he has to do is just sort of point towards the circle, and the wyverns kind of snapping at each other and gnashing are sort of herded along by the larger one. They do briefly go and sort of linger near the circle. One of them is just touching it slightly, as they don't seem to like each other. This Durgar that comes onto the field does indeed have no less than 6 red gems orbiting around his head, and this really, really heavily runed robe. You're having a hard time figuring out if the robe is actually armor or not, because it's so stiff. But he comes out into the sands. He does put on some goggles as the light of the day seems to bother him. He simply turns to the judge. The judge comes out and sort of bows to the editor's pulpit. And we have the brave gladiators from our fine traveling ludus. The dreadful 4 who have come back to Vanapole to show you what they have learned. We have a newcomer, a Durgar himself, a mercenary by the name of Loving the Vindicator. Joining him, we have Samuel the Giant from the east, and the druid wrapped in chains, the Greaser. Hold on. How did you turn into an elemental?
You're on the stone, dude.
Supernatural power, I believe.
Okay, so Grizak turns into an elemental. You can turn into huge ones.
Yep.
People are going nuts when they see that. They were not expecting a huge burning elemental. They love it. You can give me a performance check, because the circus hasn't been here in a while, and Barak Tarn luckily has the circus at a +1.
Ooh, balls. Grizak's perform is...
That
+1.
Yeah, basically. 8. Will an 8 do it?
No, an 8 doesn't do it. The wyverns at +0. The Vatopolans don't necessarily like the Durgar guests. And the dragons are fearsome, but we've got our own dragon and it breathes fire. Like, these things look like stupid dragons. Very discerning audience.
missing legs.
Yep. Very discerning audience, and perhaps
No offense, Arlen.
they're suspicious of why the Duke is
I think
friendly
they're more
with
missing
Durgar.
arms.
Marty, Arlen is putting on delayed poison on himself.
Okay.
That's probably a good idea, actually. Yeah.
All right. You do notice the Empire just kind of go running as close to the ship pile as he dares to go, kind of off into the shadows.
You don't have to kill him, but you can throw him into poopy.
Arlen can defend himself if they attack Arlen, correct?
Yes. Yeah, you're supposed to.
They're supposed to be under control. Anyway.
So if they're under control, they'll be okay.
For this match, the Circus of Dread has agreed a no armor match. Our weapons provided by the state.
I was kind of expecting like a piece of studded leather or
Arlen's
something.
going like,
The old ways resurrected as per the rules and as per the blessings of our new commissioner, Kython the Unchained. And one of the chains flips towards Pompeo, forcing Pompeo to duck as he hands off the talking stick. Citizens and subjects, slaves, gladiators, nobles, aristocrats of the Empire, we're all here together today to witness an old-style match where we give homage to those who but strode upon the sands. Loincloth, the only thing that they carried. and their bravery, where they picked up weapons dropped by fellow gladiators that came before them, and faced certain death. The crowd seems to like certain death.
Hey, Arlen, fuck you.
Arlen's staring at the commissioner. Arlen's staring at the commissioner, like,
Yeah, Vlavang's staring.
We welcome our wayward brothers who have traveled far to the north and have come back here to delight you with what they have learned.
Don't get crit by wyvern. Don't get crit by wyvern. Don't get crit by wyvern.
May you fight well, and may glory or death be yours.
Grizzak's getting to the front. He's pushing these guys down. You're fucking my way. It's barely touching it. Grizzak's just getting his feet right there.
You notice the Empire comes out.
He's touching it.
I know. He's like warning you, sort of thing.
He's in the running position.
The chains of Kython are kind of raising up like spidery webs, kind of all around him, and everyone is very impressed with the sport that they have been brought here today. As long as the people of Vanapol are pleased, then nothing else matters.
Wish there was a combat feat to keep you from getting poisoned.
Oh,
Save's not that
You
good.
have deadly poison, don't you?
I can't cast it.
Swift action, or
It's a full round action where you have to touch yourself to make a spell come out.
isn't it? It's not a full round.
No, it's a standard.
It's a tattoo. It's like drinking a potion.
No,
Alright.
it's not, because it's better than a
Oh.
potion.
Yeah,
'Cause I
it's
get
standard action.
the infusion's the prereq.
Give me some motherfucking initiatives.
Okay.
And the Grizak.
18 for Sam.
Oh, 3 for Grizak. Yay.
Meanwhile, there's a clock slowly ticking down. Yeah, I know, Fox. It's like,
Yeah, I'm out here sunning my butt cheeks. Some wyverns.
Shouldn't you be doing other things right now? Fuck you, Arlen. Fuck it, that's hilarious. Mark, you rolling for Vlaving?
Yeah, I got an 18.
Okay, 18. What did Sam get?
An 18.
18. Okay. Are these initiative modifiers correct without all of your magic items?
Sam has a plus
no.
4.
Okay.
That's 3. There we go.
Arlen, are you you want to give me a roll because you might have to run in to resuscitate or something?
19 for good old Arlen.
Okay. Ahmed, you could also give me a roll for Ugg. Unless Mark or Adam want to roll for Ugg.
4.
Who's rolling for Ugg this combat?
Ahmed.
Okay.
Ahmed can if you'd like. He is running 3 dudes then.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer somebody.
He's got
who-
Grizzak
Mark,
and Arlen.
you run Ugg.
fine.
Grab the nearest wyvern and pop its head off.
Yeah, I will grab the big one.
It's pretty straightforward.
Grizak, Vlalvang, Sam, Arlen, Ugg, and then we've got the huge wyvern.
The
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna go take a piss.
this will be
Gotta
Sam's
drink a
first
gallon.
opportunity to actually use his sneak attack because he's mostly been doing one-on-one fights or fights against undead and shadows.
Okay, so the huge wyvern's got 3, and the small ones have 5, and small ones will be first in this roll.
No idea.
12 and 16.
Loving probably needs to grab an axe.
All right, Arlen is the first to go. I think Arlen just positions himself.
Did he get like a 20 on his roll?
He got a 19 on his roll plus 4.
Oh, I guess he gets to keep his gear, doesn't he?
Yeah, so he's kind of flying around in a circle. He might cast a spell or something like that. Sam, you're the next to go.
Sam is going to move out onto the sands,
Okay.
and he will start his style And
Getting
then
into
he'll
his
use
crane style.
crane style.
Nice.
And then we'll use a move action to learn greater weapon focus and weapon specialization, punch a punch.
Okay, so unarmed strike.
Yep.
The large wyverns are the first to come out. They're kind of half flying, half sort of running along the ground. They might not be... You have a feeling that they're going to be strict on the flying rules for you, and maybe not so much for the wyverns.
It doesn't look like those things really know how to fly anyway.
No, they're pretty clumsy anyways. They're kind of half running, half kind of like flapping their wings to keep them upright while they run.
Well, we're in the shit cellar, and this is the special guest in the town, so I wonder how these rules are going to be adjudicated.
Yep. They kind of run out pretty quick. One of them does run out towards the weapons and kind of stops there. You're now thinking they might be smart.
They're being controlled by man who's supposed to control them.
And then this one kind of does this. It doesn't arc around the big one. Kind of ends up meandering off to the side. Ah! The judge goes running back to the poop pile, and the Poopy the goblin goes digging into his horrible pile.
Poopy.
Yes, Poopy. Vlauvang. Fuck. This is what he says. Let's have a look at Vlauvang's character sheet, Mark.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Ugg right now, because I have no idea what he's going to look like.
Vlauvang is... Durgar can go large as a spell-like ability.
Yeah, I don't see how that's a benefit to him, really, though.
He could also turn invisible.
Yeah, you said there was rules about that, though?
Mm-hmm.
So where are the weapons?
The weapons are in this... see where I put the axe token down? There's a big barrel of weapons, and perhaps a shield and a long spear in there. One of the wyverns is squatted beside the weapons.
Yeah, he'll... So he said no magic, though, so fuck.
Just move forward and defend yourself a little bit.
No, he'll, okay. Is here? Or one back? There's
You're one back. Oh, you're also immune to poison, which is nice.
Yeah.
He does have Dimensional Slide, which is teleport close range.
Yeah, it's magic.
Yeah, I know.
You're trying to get me to throw the fight, Marty? Is that it? Huh?
Yeah, Vlauvang's pretty lawful. He'll play ball.
Oh, he can't even get that far.
Yeah, he's stubby little legs.
Okay, he wanders out effectively naked towards the field, looking at both of the wyverns, confident in his ability not to be poisoned to death, but not confident in his ability not to be torn to pieces.
It's the repeated efforts to poison him that will likely kill him.
The large wyvern seems to be angered at the fire elemental and perhaps Vlauvang's approach, and sees prey. And Zedifax is pointing for it to come in. It half runs, half flies to here, and it is going to use its stinger on Vlauvang.
Okay, see what? 13?
Maybe, I think it's 12, actually. I'm going to see if he's got the dodge feat.
AC 25.
That hits.
Making them huge doesn't really do.
Yeah, stingers don't typically do a lot of damage. So.
No.
It's the side effect that's the problem.
Yeah.
The sting part of the stinger.
15 damage.
That's enough, though.
You can see that it pumps a little bit of poison into him, and he stands there and takes it.
Okay.
The Durgar ability is called Durgar immunities. They're immune to paralysis, phantasms, and poison.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Oh! And he still stands! Get the dirty dwarf! You hear the old lady yelling. And speaking of dirty dwarves, Grizak,
The dirtiest of dwarves.
Yeah.
who is a walking bonfire at this point in time.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. The crackle of flames.
Now what's my what's Grizzak's speed at this thing?
What's the base speed of an elemental of that size? I believe it's 60 for fire elementals, but here. I don't believe fire elementals actually change speed with size. A fire elemental has
Speed
a land
60.
speed of
So speed 60.
60. 50?
A huge,
Okay, I'm looking at large one.
huge fire elemental has speed 60.
Cool. It does change with size.
I don't know if your elemental shape gives you that speed though.
It should give him the base land speed of whatever form he takes.
Elemental body. What version of elemental body are you getting?
4.
Elemental body 4.
Yep.
Is a 7th circle spell.
It is a spell.
It's a druid using as per blah blah blah.
Okay.
It should be from the like the transmutation polymorph school. Your base speed changes to match the speed of the form you assume.
Okay, great.
So, 60.
Awesome. So Grizak easily strides into the field.
Hey, give me a sec here. I've got this thing at 15 feet. 5, 10. 15.
Yep. The thing looks up at you like it's frightened of the big fire thing.
Strike it.
Do your best.
Yeah, that's the problem here.
See, you picked a creature that doesn't give you strength; it gives you
It
dex,
does not. Yes, correct.
and you got big, so your bonus to hit actually went down.
19. What's your DC? What's your AC? Sorry.
This thing is AC is
Did it charge?
It did not charge.
Okay.
22.
It's a big flying thing.
Yep.
I missed.
A big fiery hand. Kind of, it backs away from it. It does not like fire. Ugh.
Oh yeah. I guess so.
Stay under Grizak and then go in for the crit.
Yeah. That's basically it.
Yeah, you can share Grizak's square because Grizak's so large. Okay, so Ugg is standing between Grizak's flaming feet. Anything else? Just moving?
Oh, that's it.
Okay. Arlen.
Nothing. Move closer a bit. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Sam.
Sam. Just checking. Sam is going to move forward. Can I get to the... Sam is going to take a total defense and walk up to... Come here.
Okay. Incurring an AOO from the wyvern. Its tail comes out of Lauvang and snatches towards you. Let's see. Plus 14. AC 27.
Oh.
You kind of spread your legs and it like hits the sands between your legs. Oh.
I'll throw you an axe. Or a stick or something.
The large wyvern comes around the barrow, hissing at you. This one's hissing at the big fiery beast. Grizak, there's an AOO as it's stupidly coming in too close.
Can someone roll a +13 for me, please?
Sure.
Excuse me.
AC 15.
Nope. It kind of swiped away from it. Its tail is attacking Grizak.
Sure.
Do you know what Grizak's AC is off the top of your head?
Yeah, it's 22.
The Stinger,
Oh, magic?
AC 25.
With the elemental body?
Oh, right.
That hits, and it needs to make a DC 23 reflex save or catch on fire.
Awesome. I think Vlaveng's just gonna hide under Grizak.
DC what? 20 what?
3,
Wow. Okay, so it did 7 damage with its Stinger first.
which is only 2 damage. Because
which
I have
is-
DR5.
Okay, and you are immune to venom because you're the Grizak, because you're a high level range druid.
Yep.
So 2 damage on Grizak. Wow, and then it has to make a reflex save. I was looking at the elemental reflex save, going, that's pretty easy.
Does the burn ability also creatures that hit a burning creature with a natural weapon? Yeah, for sure.
Okay, it failed.
Okay.
Now it's 1d4 rounds. That's how long it's on fire for, and it takes 2d6 damage. I don't know if it starts catching fire now.
No, on its turn, it takes the damage.
Okay, so it's gonna burn for 3 rounds,
That's awesome.
and you get a performance check because you set another person on fire, and the crowd loves this.
It's what, a D8 damage? Oh,
2d6.
2d6. Cool. I will get your perform check going and your damage going here. Your damage,
I'm trying to stuff myself with food.
8 damage,
Okay.
and your perform check. You don't have acrobatics, do you?
I don't think so.
Here, give me a second. I will confirm.
There's lasagna on my mind right now. That's why I'm not.
The gets on you. All right. The Grizak has a rank in acrobatics, so he has actually a +2.
Oh yeah.
8 perform check.
Yeah, the DC today is 22. I got it right here. Whoop.
So I gotta roll 20.
Okay, the other large wyvern comes around the barrel and sees Sam and Vlauving. Let's see who it attacks. 1 is Sam. 2 is Vlauving. Rolls a nat 1,
Oh yes.
but I believe
Hit.
would have hit because it struck out with its stinger as well. Yeah, it had to move in. I don't know if Sam has lunge or anything going.
Nope.
Okay.
How far did it move?
It had to move right up to
5, 10. Oh, I don't have combat reflexes.
the huge wyvern. Seems kind of pissed that somebody's near the weapons. Zetafax is controlling it, and let's see. 1 is Vlauving, 2 is Sam.
Sam.
Vlauving.
God damn it.
The monster wyvern is going to do a sting, a bite, and 2 wings against Vlauving.
Oh goodies.
So 2 at 1d20 plus 14. 2 hits, and then 2 at 1d20 plus 9 for its wings. 3
One
hits.
miss, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so the stinger does 13 damage. The 2d6 becomes what?
2d6 becomes 2d8.
2d8. 16.
This dwarf is so cool. Why does he only ever get his ass kicked?
So it takes a total of 2940 damage from the very large wyvern that just
40 damage?
40 damage. Yep.
Get under me, Vlauving. Hurry.
Oh, I need an axe. Is what he's saying as he gets pumped full of
Get
poison
you an
again.
axe.
He's so ugly. Such a hard ass. Grizak.
So that one's already burning. It's on me. I'm gonna start hitting this guy.
Okay.
2 attacks. Ooh, 32.
That's a swipe with your fiery hand.
Yep.
Punch.
That's a critical miss, maybe.
Potentially.
Nope. Okay, so 2d6.
Yeah, would have hit.
Plus
That was.
not optimal. But it is alright.
You have 2 slams.
Yes.
So why were you rolling with +8?
Do I get that slam as well? Do I get his slam ability?
What?
Yeah, you'd be punching with its natural attacks.
Because I'm using my bonus.
No.
Yeah, you use your bab. And
So
your
it should have been
strength
2 attacks
and-
at +13.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still missed, but yeah.
Okay, so damage is 2d6 plus 2. 5.
He's so weak.
But it makes me
reflex save.
23
Catch
reflex
on fire.
save.
Yeah,
That's the
that-
cool thing.
That's the part that. Ugh. 19.
Well,
Okay, the big one's on fire. How much damage did you do?
2d. I did 5.
5 damage. Okay, and then how many rounds is it on fire for?
1d4. Fuck me.
So basically, this round, do the damage now. It's fine.
7.
And you do have a second attack, Ahmed, so you actually have a +3 performed check. 2 for Bab, 1 for acrobatics.
Kruzak. Plus 3 perform.
Okay, the fiery elemental is putting the catching the wyverns on fire. This one's wing is on fire, and it's trying to bat out the fire by dragging its wing into the sands. But every time it fans the wing, it goes. It flares up a little bit. It's almost got it out. That was Grizak pounding the large wyvern. Ugg is next.
It's going to. I don't know if it's got AOs or what.
And it just attacks, so it has some.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I get cover from.
Nope.
Is there?
There's no
Right.
cover from creatures. This wyvern, I think, doesn't threaten Ugg, but the big one does. The stinger comes around while it's on fire and sees Ugg and is going to come down and try to sting. AC 26.
Probably.
Yeah.
12 damage on Ugg and a fort save.
Does Ugg and his monstrousness have DR?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't even know what his classes are, to be honest with you. Barbarian 8, yeah, he should have DR.
He has
DR1.
DR1. So 11 damage and a fort save.
Alright, a fort save plus 13.
The DC for this wyvern is 19.
That's big. Oh no.
16?
Okay, so Ugg is poisoned.
That's the con. If I remember correctly.
And this does 4 con damage this round.
Oh!
Oh, sleepy boy.
And you can hear the dwarf saying, "You got him."
Yeah.
Let me walk over there and punch you right in the spinning gem.
Okay, well, Ugg still gets to go.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta figure out his grapple.
Overhand right the stone into your forehead.
Okay, so he rages. Starters. I think he's got. That's. Straight rage nice feet of focus.
The thing is
I think
screeching as it's
just -1. Yeah.
as its wings on fire.
It's 29.
You're grappling it.
Yep.
Bug's like trying to grab a hold of its non-burning wing and try to slip his arms over its neck.
32.
Its CMD is
More than that.
no.
No,
Uh,
I don't think so.
+4 + 1 is 32 exactly.
Oh, guess what? You grappled.
Sorry, I had to add the giant template onto it. Yeah. So Ugg and it are grappling.
And I'm going to do damage because Ugg is Ugg.
Rodeo wyvern time. That's kind of it, Nemi. He's kind of grabbing its wings and is kind of sitting right in the in the area where its wing is attached to its shoulder.
I just got to check what he's got for feats because he's going to spend a swift action to give himself something. If he doesn't have it. He does have greater grapple. Okay.
He also has raging grapple,
Yeah, that's what he's using. I'm just checking something else.
so he does damage.
How much damage does he do? 1d3 plus 7 by the looks of it. Oh, plus 3d6.
Yep.
I'm gonna pay for this tomorrow.
+6 actually. With he doesn't have his amulet on.
Oh, right. Okay, so 24 damage.
You would have had a -1 to your grapple, but a +1 for the crowd. So I think
I did take a -1. Oh, right. The amulet adds to the grapple. Right.
Does that mean he actually grappled or not?
No, he missed it.
So his
Oh, but +1 from the crowd, so it's the same.
So his raging grapple should be 28, 29 with the crowd, and then when you remove the...
No,
It's 29 with the amulet.
no. It's normally... I took off 1 for the circumstance bonus for the item. I did not take 1 off for the amulet. That would have reduced it to 28.
You know what? The amulet is not actually in the calculation.
Okay, so I got him.
Yeah.
Grappled.
Yeah. 18, 19, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, for some reason the amulet's not there.
Maybe that's because it depends on how you're grappling. If you're using your
Yeah, that's probably
piercing weapon, you wouldn't use the amulet.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, you did grapple it, and you did how much damage?
24.
24, 36, and I believe because it took sneak attack damage, it is now bleeding.
Yes, for 3.
Bleeding, burning, grappled.
Bleeding, burning, grappled. So Ugg basically stuck his fingers into the side of its face, like its skull was a bowling ball, kind of, and then kind of hopped on half onto the side of its neck and is just squeezing while holding its face at bay, and the stingers.
How much damage did Doug take? I don't see it on his token.
He took at least 4 con, and then from the attack, I think 11.
Yeah. Well, and you actually didn't tell me how much, or did you?
I did.
11?
Yeah. That's including the DR.
Cool.
Okay, that was Ugg's turn. Arlen.
Arlen is with one eye looking at his gladiators, one eye staring at the commissioner.
It's got insect eyes.
So you're looking up at the commissioner. The commissioner's chains have all come down.
God.
You do notice him. You do notice him standing off to the side, as if he's sort of like, "This is what I've brought to you." The Durgar are standing up, and they're actually moved. They're interested in the fight, and the Duke has, I suppose, left his seat and are looking down upon the fight with his.
All right, guys, don't win too hard. The Duke's watching.
Sam, what'd you do?
Okay, so the grappled one is the grappled one flat-footed or no? Like, is he
No,
sneak attackable? I don't think so. Just
no,
dex penalty.
just yeah.
So I can help with Wyvern 3, or I can help with Wyvern 2. I think we're going to go help with Wyvern.
If he doesn't get out of the grapple, Ugg's gonna throat slice him next round.
We'll get the other we'll get the other one then. So we're going to defensively move around here and not go blow Wyvern 2 in the back of the head.
Okay, the wyvern will take its AO.
There's a flank. No, obviously. Well, there's a flank.
No, it's not threatening. It's grappled.
AC 27.
Nope.
The dangerous stinger
No,
hitting the ground. Look
I'm
out!
talking about
Says
Wyvern
Flaubing.
two, there's a flank.
Yeah, I've got a flank on Wyvern 2. Okay, so 1d20 plus 14 with the penalty for missing items, plus 1 for feet, plus 2 for flank, plus 1 for crowd, minus 2 for fighting defensively. Let's.
Power attack?
Since I'm using my knockout blow, I'm not going to power attack because I really don't want to miss.
Understood.
I feel real dumb.
Okay, this big dumb wyvern has got an AC 19.
Okay, AC 34.
You're like, hey! You slap it the back of its tail as it turned to look at Vlauving, and it turns right into your fist. You're like, it's like a weird crane, and you're like, I can get this. Boom!
It's DC 18 fort save.
It's got a +9.
Woohoo!
26.
That's fine. Now we get to do damage. 2d8 plus 4 for strength, plus 2 for weapon specialization, plus 5d6 sneak attack. Because surprise!
Yeah, and the flank is actually happening with Grizak, not with Vlauving, because Vlauving doesn't have any weapons.
Yep. So 33 damage.
Oh, that injured it. It is not bloodied.
As an immediate action, I am going to give Grizak, the person with whom I'm flanking the opponent with, an aid.
Okay.
Sweet.
So I do aid. You have a +3 on your next attack against that foe.
Against this foe
Wyvern.
that's in range. Okay.
Oh, sweet!
You just see a bunch of openings.
Right
All right, so we're back to the large wyverns. This one's on fire. Give me the fire damage.
I think it gets another reflex save.
No, I think it spends the round trying to put it out. It doesn't.
You, as a full round action. New save as a full round action.
Nope, it's just fighting on.
Oogie doogie. Let's do this. 8 damage.
Okay. Burning dragon things everywhere. Okay. Then it's gonna full round the Grizak.
Doogie doogie. Bring it on.
Seems to not like the Grizak.
So
Probably.
1 hit, 1 miss.
Oh, Marty, as a swift action, could Ugg have given himself unfair grip?
Wait, what is it's
Did
got
he use
4
this-
attacks?
Did he change a feat or no?
He hasn't used it yet.
Then
Is a swift action.
1 feet, yeah, instead of 2.
Does he have that ability to change up his feats?
Yeah. You can change.
Martial
you can take
flexibility 1 feat. And what is the feat? Sorry, I've never heard
it's
of this.
unfair grip.
Unfair grip.
it's a bonus and penalty. It's something that makes your grapples easier to maintain.
Yeah.
You get a +1 bonus on to maintain, and your grapple foes take a -1 penalty on checks to escape your grapple. Sure. Awesome. Okay, and now the Wyvern full round attack. What is Grizak's AC in the current
22.
form? You gonna walk me through 22 AC?
Yeah, sure.
Elemental.
Yeah, it gives me a bonus to dex. So 10, 4 from my natural dex, 1 dodge, 3 from the bonus dex, and 4 natural armor.
And then -2 for size.
So 20.
Okay.
-2